New New York Jets quarterback Justin Fields just received the highest praise you can from a former Pittsburgh Steelers teammate. What does it all mean? Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your bleeping podcast, baby. Happy Sunday to all of you. Thanks for joining us. As you hop on in on the YouTube machine, hit the like button and hit subscribe down below as well. We're also streaming live on the Heavy on Jets Facebook page, my employer, shout out to Heavy, and Twitter, at BoyGreen25, baby. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. And we are getting some absolute boom shaggling waggling happening here in the comment section. We'll get into that in just a second because we have a special guest. And let's bring him in. He joined us yesterday. He joined us again. The old discount double check. Hop on Papa again, taking over the weekend.
Hey now, Boy Green. How's it going?
It's going excellent, Pop. Now, Pop. I understand you'd like to issue an apology of sorts. Yesterday, it may not be the first time you rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, but yesterday in particular, June the GM was among others that expressed their displeasure with your attire on the show yesterday. So I understand you'd like to start off the program with an apology. Yes.
Yeah. It actually, a historical figure, has already said this, and so I think it's important. I'm literally just going to quote him.
Sure.
And it's probably from about 4 or 5 years ago. I'd just like to take this moment to apologize.
Sure.
For absolutely fucking nothing.
Okay. Oh, the hat is back on. All right.
Hey now.
Okay, there you go. Conor McGregor, I think, was that legendary, iconic figure in which you speak of. So good. I'm glad we're able to channel that. So any other apologies? Yay pop, immediate, crowd pop that we're getting from the WWE audience here. Anything else there?
No, I may. Is the sun out over there? Is the sun out?
Yeah, let's do this, and I will play this, and I will explain it. Let it happen.
Sun's out, guns out.
I'm really excited. It's super cool that we're gonna. So that video that just played on the screen, for people who did not see it, you heard the voice. That is my father's father, aka what some people in America like to call it, Grandpa. That is my grandpa and my father. You could explain the story where how you got all these varying videos on different things, but we plan on incorporating them. I love for super chats. You guys get a little bit, on this show. I just try to be very vulnerable, very open. Just I lay all the cards on the table. If people like it, great. If they don't like it, it's okay. But for every super chat, you guys hear about my daughter, Zariah Luna. And at some point, PE3, my son, I'm sure, will somehow crawl over here to the mic and do something crazy too. We'll make that a part of the show. And I love that we have a bunch of these videos from my grandpa, God rest his soul, that'll be incorporated into the show when the moment strikes. And boy, on a couple of these, I can think of a variety of moments where these could come into play. Pop, feel free to share whatever you can about these. This is going to be a pretty cool addition to the show.
Yeah. So throughout the years, my father quoted various movie quotes from the other guys.
Some good ones in there. Yeah.
The other guys, Better Off Dead, Year One, and other various quote there. Sun's out, guns out.
Sure.
And so a lot of and some Jersey Shore references. So yeah, he's there's a large library. of these videos. And yeah, so good times. We're gonna work on them all and tee them up, make them available as appropriate.
Yeah, it'll be a cool way to honor my grandpa. And you guys normally see him in the screen. I'm trying different camera angles with the show and different stuff I have going on, but always you see him up here above my left shoulder here. That's all the generations of Esden there. My father, my grandpa, myself, and that is Zariah Luna in my arms there. So yeah, they're always watching. They're always there, which is pretty cool. So like I said, I'm looking forward to most of those and a lot of those, excuse me, being incorporated moving forward, which is really cool. The only reason I'm a Jets fan is because of my grandpa. So it's it's pretty powerful stuff. All right, let's get a couple of memberships here in Pop before we get the show started. MFC baby with a gifted membership. Beautiful. We'll read that one in just a second. And oh my goodness, Travis Preheem with a 20-spot combination.
Boom chakalaka.
You can't handle the truth.
Now, I can't. Yeah, look at that, a 20-pack from our guy Travis Preheem. Let's add that to his total as well here at the, on the leaderboard here. That is now 31 raffle tickets for Travis Preheem. Now with this 20-pack that he just added to the table, he is just outside the top 5 now for the highest gifters so far this month. So Travis, thank you so much, buddy. And let's go. Let's read all these new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club real quick before we get this party started, baby. Okay, here we go. First off, the first membership gifted from MFC went to our guy, Emmanuel Holcomb. Thank you, MFC. Appreciate you, buddy. By the way, MFC, I want to make sure I give you your updated total. You have 17 raffle tickets so far this month, pal, so appreciate you. Thank you so much. And here are the 20 from Travis Preheem. We've got Sack Dance 99, Nate, there you go, Dixon Yas, Justin, Georgie, John, Paul Knicks fan 73 Niels, Dave from New Brunswick. Haven't seen Dave in a while. Shout out to Dave. NYC Camper, Paul Bruno, Frank, Julian Manfredo, Extinguish the Guilt, OG Jet fan Jim, Sean Sharp, Rick Kent. Oh, great to see Rick back here on the show. Frank Vecchione, Flight Right 49, O'Rocks Games, again, a long time for that. And the big fella, hey, see you now. Everybody joining the gosh darn Boy Green Coffee Club. Let's make it rain, baby. And all of those raffle tickets, by the way, Travis adding 20 more to the pile. MFC adding 1 to the pile. You guys are all competing for this. Let's throw this up on the big board. This is a New York Jets patched out pullover hoodie. There's a Super Bowl prize pack. You guys will see what that means for whoever wins this thing. And a custom laser engraving Jets Boy Green package. All of these items will all be shoved in a big-ass box and sent to you. We'll be revealing that winner on Tuesday, April 1st. You guys can continue to send in your raffle tickets through Monday, March 31st, which is coming up until midnight. You guys can use PayPal or Venmo later in the day if you want to add raffle tickets in. For instance, our boy Badshaw is normally a guy, because of all the YouTube problems that people have, he normally sends us in through PayPal, which works just the same, and we'll put those raffle tickets in. So you guys have until midnight on Monday. All those raffle tickets will count. And then we'll announce our brand new raffle that will be coming on Tuesday. And it's special for a lot of reasons. And we'll get into that in due time, Pop. So, hey now, great start to the show, Pop.
Yeah, great start. Great start. Good start. Good to mention Badshaw. Really likes to get out in front of things and then choke.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Little
Hey,
Arkansas reference for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate you working that in there. That's quite nice. So shout out to everybody here in the chat. And FL Phil 98, aka Philium, says Gramps video explains the Esden men chutzpah that's here. So yeah, I can't wait to incorporate more of those. There's a lot of those that'll be coming. I'll be adding to the big board here. But let's get to it, everybody. Again, we got 200 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. I've had this in the back pocket. I wanted to get to this for a while, but, new things happen every day. So we're talking about different shows. So I want to make sure we got to this. Long-time Pittsburgh Steeler, an absolute legend, Cam Hayward, the son of Iron Mike. He's a former Walter Payton Man of the Year, 5-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler. He's 35. He is a absolute, silver bearded veteran. I mean, he's everything. Well, he joined the Rich Eisen show, and obviously he spent last year with Justin Fields, and Rich Eisen asked him about Justin Fields, and it raised my eyebrows when I heard what he said, because as we'll get to in a little bit, Cam Hayward does not hide how he feels about things, and he gave a honest assessment of Justin Fields, which I found very interesting for Jet fans. Let's roll the footage.
And it's pretty cool, though, that Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson are connected again in New York. How good do you think he can be, Cam, with this opportunity, having seen him up close and seen what? And the neat thing is he didn't say a word. He didn't say a word in Pittsburgh. He didn't say a word in Chicago. He just keeps his head down. And I'm wondering what your perspective, having seen him up close doing his business, about what he can do in New York with Garrett Wilson and this opportunity.
First of all, Justin's a class act. He's a guy that works his tail off and wants to lead by example. I was kind of bummed it didn't work out here. I thought we were going to have a chance to get him. But I know that dude's going to dominate in New York. He's going to give that team a good chance. Between him and Garrett Wilson, already having a relationship there is huge. Mm-hmm. But I think, Justin just wants to be great. And he's not going to settle for that. And I think he's just always picked up little things he's done across the year or across his seasons. And so he's learned from a guy like Russell Wilson. He's in Chicago. He learned from his times there. And I think that's just all going to lead to him being a really successful quarterback. A guy that could be an MVP down the road. Because, I think Justin's just buying his time before he takes his lead by storm.
MVP. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And here's what I'll say, because some people will just immediately say, well, Paul, come on, he's his former teammate. Why wouldn't he say nice things about him? Again, I'd like to highlight Exhibit B. And I don't have the video clip for Exhibit B, but you could just listen to it, and you guys can hit it with a Goog search if you want to watch it yourself. He was asked about, and this is prior to Aaron Rodgers visiting the Steelers recently. It happened before that, but he was asked about, Aaron Rodgers, there's some rumors he could be your next quarterback, Cam Hayward. And hey, what's the recruiting pitch? What do you think about it? He's like, I don't care about any of this dark. And I'm going to paraphrase, but I don't care about any of this darkness retreat stuff. Here's the recruiting pitch: you either want to be a Steeler or you don't. So basically, shit or get off the pot, pal. So he was very blunt, and a lot of people interpreted that as taking a shot at Rodgers for all his extracurricular activity that has going on. So obviously Cam Hayward is a straight shooter. He, whether or not you believe everything he says what he believes on his mind. So man, so when I hear, because I heard the other comment first, obviously before this one, because we heard the Aaron Rodgers stuff. So then to hear this, I was like, man, that's pretty gosh darn cool. What's your first reaction to hearing that clip, Bob?
Well, I would tell you, I'd go to A Few Good Men again, and make sure that everyone realizes that maybe they can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
So, I mean, and think about this. Justin Fields was not his teammate for very long.
Six. Well, I guess for the one season, and obviously the 6 starts as a starting teammate. Yeah, right.
Right. I mean, so a pretty short window to have that kind of impression of somebody and realize that it wasn't a vacuum, right? Russell Wilson, you can think what you want about Russell Wilson, but he's as much in the conversation for going in the Pro Football Hall of Fame as some of these other quarterbacks like old second string Eli there, so. And that he made that of an impression, right? You wouldn't. It wouldn't strike me that he would have that impression. There's really no reason that he would say what he said. You know what I'm saying? And then the talking about the check, because I'm not using his name anymore. The discount double check guy. That's exactly right. Right. The Pittsburgh's not a pencils. Selling pencils on the corner. Right. And they shouldn't be, please, could you come play for us?
But I mean, they are. Right? What's plan 2? Mason Rudolph? They should be begging him. These elitist pigs should be on their hands and knees, begging the high heavens that Rodgers graces them with his presence because they don't have another option.
his past body of work does not bode that the Steelers aren't begging him. Rodgers, just let's. You made me say it. God damn it. In the end, how many Super Bowls did dipshit win? How many?
One and one. And interesting, who did he beat? Oh yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl.
Right. And how many of the Steelers won?
In their history?
Yes.
Well, that's a bigger window than Aaron Rodgers, but 6.
Yeah, 6. Right. So they don't need to be walking around. And when's the last time Rodgers went to the playoffs? And now you made me say his name twice. I'm going to punch you in the throat for that. Anyways, I don't want to make this a whole thing about him, but I'm just saying to make that on a veteran player, on a solid veteran player, and on a respected veteran player, Walter Payton Man of the Year award,
yes.
Distinguished player, for him to say that about somebody he had so for such a short amount of time, that speaks volumes about Justin Fields to me.
Well, I will say this. This is the thing that we can all debate whether or not we think Justin Fields is going to work here, and that's fine. We can all take sides. Justin Fields, man, he's never said bupkis. He got freaking benched. They're winning. He's having career highs in completion percentage, quarterback rating, interception percentage. Justin Fields is doing what's asked of him, and he's not turning the ball over like literally. He's doing everything the Pittsburgh Steelers ask of him, and they bench his ass out of nowhere, and he doesn't say a gosh darn word. He doesn't say dick. He doesn't say nothing. He just as soon as he goes from starter to backup, he just puts on the headset. He's engaged. He's doing everything he's supposed to be doing. He doesn't say anything to the media, show disgruntledness, anonymous quote here. He just lays it straight. Chicago, look at that captain of dysfunction town. When things went south and all things went all over the place, Justin Fields didn't say anything. So that I got to love, and I'm curious how that will translate to New York to see if anything changes, but I would imagine not based on the sample size of years in the league. No matter what has hit Justin Fields in terms of the adversity and everything else, he hasn't ever said anything. And now that's the thing I'm excited about and why I would prefer the Jets not to take a quarterback with the 7th overall pick, regardless of who it is because I want to see Justin Fields get a fair shake. If you draft a quarterback 7th overall, Justin Fields does not get a fair shake. He's thinking about it. All of us are thinking about it. When is he about to be pulled for whoever the hell this youngster is? So I hope to all high heavens they do not draft a quarterback because I want Justin Fields to get this chance. And if he has this chance, who knows what he can do with it. But I think it's a jeopardized chance you draft a quarterback because I don't think we're going to get the full Justin Fields. So we shoulda, coulda, woulda if they pull the trigger in that department.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you that forget, if Czech is going to get better this year, it's the second year after.
I would assume so. I would assume he's going to be better.
But right. The addition by subtraction of there's not going to be this whole every whatever day of the week it is with that
Tuesday.
used up punter, right? That runs his flapper on ESPN, right? Whatever his name is, Pat Sally, whatever his name is. But, and so that's not going to be part of it anymore. There's not going to be, the camera's not going to pan to Justin Fields when Aaron Glenn makes a decision on the field and he's not gonna have this
body language of like eye rolls and like looking to the sideline. I don't think we're based on what I've seen. Again, I have not seen every Justin Fields game that's ever existed in his career because I'm not a Bears Steelers fan, but I've seen a lot of them. And when things have gone wrong, and they've happened wrong all the time for Justin Fields during his career, I've never seen him go like or like pointing to people, the death stare. I haven't seen that kind of stuff. So
and he was in Chicago, the home of illustrious quarterbacks like Rex Grossman and Chad Hutchinson.
Jim McMahon, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was not going with a positive.
I am aware. Yeah,
yes. No, I love me some Jim McMahon.
No,
you're talking about
you're a Jim McMahon guy. Okay.
Somebody that does not give two F's about anything.
Well, that's true.
That you want to talk about some chutzpah. Yeah, Jim McMahon. Right.
BYU legend.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so no respect. He can't dance, despite the video. Yeah. But other than that, right? I got a lot of respect for it. But yes, the two things the Chicago Bears have not had, one since Sweetness and the other one since ever, is quarterbacks or running backs. So they've really blown. But anyways, right, Justin Fields, you didn't hear a lot. And Chicago, although not the bright lights of New York, is not dim, right? It's not, you're not hiding in Green Bay.
It will be intense.
For example.
Yeah, sure.
Or in Tennessee, some of the markets where you don't hear peep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I would say so. Two things stood out to me about that clip. Again, number one, and it's not just the clip, but like that Justin Fields has never said anything when shit's gone wrong all throughout his career. So that's in bucket number one. Bucket number two, and Pop. Speaking of people shooting straight, Cam Hayward and you could both be in the same room in this department. Tell me if this means anything. Again, Cam Hayward says, "Oh man, this guy, I think he could be an MVP one day." I'm like, whoa, okay, it's pretty significant. Only one person gets MVP every year, and all of his Bears teammates. I don't have any of those specific quotes, but there's been all of his Bears teammates. Like when it was in question, right? So the Bears had the number one pick the first time they traded to the Panthers, and Bears teammates were like relieved, like, oh, thank goodness, Justin Fields is our guy. Then year number two, they end up actually taking Caleb Williams, which obviously results in Justin Fields not being long for Chicago. And the Bears fans, the Bears teammates are all like, please, let's keep Justin. Let's do something else with the pick. We want to keep this guy. Teammates have always had glowing things to say about him. And ultimately, perhaps it's results oriented, and that's all that matters is the statistics and wins of that nature. But what does the teammate love mean? There's been fan love too, certainly, obviously, but specifically, what does the teammate love mean? That all these teammates have wonderful things to say about him wherever he's been. Does that translate at all to anything in particular in your mind?
yeah, I think it ties directly to Aaron Glenn, and I tie Aaron Glenn back to his mental model, right? Nobody thought that that when Detroit hired Dan Campbell that it was going to be anything different than any other past player, right? I'm going to get his name wrong. Matt Miller. Anyways, the offensive lineman, he used to be an announcer. They hired him to be like their GM out of
Matt
nowhere.
Millen.
Matt
Yeah.
Millen. Yeah, and so we didn't know, but Dan Campbell brought what he brought, right? And he has his pluses and minuses. He obviously has really turned the Detroit franchise around, and I think Aaron Glenn brings some of that, right? You're not gonna, if you do FA, you're gonna FO with that type of head coach, and he doesn't want the players on the Pat McAfee show, and he wants them to be part of the team, not yipping about other things. So I think Justin Fields falls right into that. That's a character that you hear his old teammates say. So I think it's going to be very positive, because the biggest thing the Jets have to do, right? They should never have been a 5-win team. That should never have happened. And I think the way you fix that, it is players, it is youth, and then it's also the team cohesion that Aaron Glenn is trying to bring, that no one's bigger than the team. And I think it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I think that's going to fit Fields' MO. And I'm excited to see. Again, obviously, we saw career highs from Fields in those three key categories of completion percentage, passer rating, and interception percentage being as small as it was. Again, 10 total touchdowns to just one pick for Justin Fields. And we'll see where that goes and things of that nature. But I am excited to see, because Tanner Engstrand obviously prioritized and identified. Jeremy Fowler, ESPN NFL Insider, since confirmed that this was the Jets' plan the entire time after moving up from Aaron Rodgers, was Justin Fields. That's our guy. That's who we're targeting. That's who we're aggressively pursuing. You see it in the numbers, but you also see it in the plan, and everything else is going to be built around that. I'm curious to see, what is Tanner Engstrand, what does he see, what did he see that made him say, oh yeah, Justin Fields is the guy for my offense for the first time ever calling plays at the NFL level. We're about to see it. So that part of it, I'm really curious about. Pop, what other things, because I know you have a limited time today, what other things, if anything, did you want to get off your chest?
No, I think that's it. It's very, the draft can't get here soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting time of year when, everyone's like, what, I think the Jets know exactly what they're going to do. And they're doing, very much like draft day, to keeping all the cards close to the vest, making it's a game of chicken. What are we going to do? What are they going to do? And you really just got to have, it's like you got to have your 10 moves ready to roll. Here, we'll do this. If this, it's got to be some huge room with a whole bunch of whiteboards or somebody's like, beep, boop, boop, like your, that's my boy reference. They're ready to zig and zag at every opportunity, take advantage, get the most out of the draft picks, draft capital. And I'm thinking the Jets are going to acquire at least one, if not more, players on draft day by giving away draft picks to get that 2 to 3, 4 year guy
Like a veteran. That's
a
better on the
veteran.
block.
That's right.
Well, they have 8 picks to do it, and we'll see. When you're picking 7, you have to be prepared for a lot of different scenarios because you can assume, especially in this draft, this is what I keep hearing from experts. I try to consume as much draft content as I can, of course, because I'll be doing a draft show, but I just would be doing it anyway if I wasn't doing any show because I just enjoy the draft. That it seems sure that Cam Ward's going number 1, and everything else after that is a big, is Shedeur going 2? Is he going 3? Is he falling into the first round? Obviously, to me personally, real quick aside, I hope that Shedeur does not go in the top 3 because New England's sitting there at 4. I don't want them on a silver platter to get either Abdul Carter, the talented pass rusher out of Penn State, or Travis Hunter, the two-way man that can play a little corner, can play a little wide receiver. Like, I don't want any of that. If chalk goes as it should, Cam Ward goes number 1. Those 2 players I just mentioned go 2 or 3 in whatever order, and then New England gets effed, and they got to take something else completely different. I think that's the part that I'm a little nervous about, because if the Giants or Browns get a little froggy on Shedeur, Patriots are going to get gift-wrapped a top-flight player because they believe they already have their quarterback in Drake May, so they're not taking a quarterback. So they would take one of the other best players, and that I'm like, ugh, I don't want the Patriots getting one of those elite players. Those are 2 of the best players in the draft.
Yeah, I don't know. I see the Patriots getting Shedeur Sanders, and I'll tell you this.
Wait, what?
What's that?
You said you see the Patriots getting Shedeur Sanders?
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I get his name screwed up. I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about the other Colorado player. So, yeah.
Oh, Travis Hunter. Oh,
Travis
thank
Hunter.
God. I was
Sorry.
like, what?
Travis
Okay.
Hunter.
Okay,
I see them
gotcha.
getting Travis Hunter. Is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
And and then what are they going to really? What are you really getting with Travis Hunter? Realistically, you're getting a solid cornerback. That'll play for years to come, and then every once in a while he'll catch a pass.
I think it might be reverse. I think.
Yeah,
because
I would
the
tell you,
receivers
historically
suck
speaking,
crap. Yeah.
as someone that watched Dion do it for 3 or 4 years in Dallas, go back and look at the stats. It was more of a gimmick than anything else. He didn't really catch a lot of passes or passing yards for the Cowboys. And then the 1 year that he was full on, Michael Irvin got hurt, and Joey Galloway. I think he got like 500 or 600 yards that year. It was not the knock the socks off you when he was their starting receiver.
But what about the opposite, right? So, Dion was a full-time corner and spot played at receiver, and I'm glad that you're here because you could give us the reel of remembering it all in its glory because you obviously a Dallas Cowboys fan. So, flipping it to the other side, there is a lot of thought that if the Patriots drafted Travis Hunter, he'd be a full-time receiver, and then they would use him in spot corner opportunities like, hey, man, it's a big 3rd down. Travis, jump on the other side of the ball. You're lining up against bleep, blah, blue. So the opposite of Dion, full-time receiver, and then, hey, you do it in these key situations, which to me would be very unique. If I was drafting him, as talented as he is as a receiver, it's harder for my brain to wrap around going cold turkey defense of those spot starts, but that's what people are saying about him potentially in New England.
Yeah, I think the move for whoever drafts him is full-time defensive back, and then you call it a slash, not really, but then he comes in, as that you as a play. That's what Dion should have stuck to, right? To come in certain situations 3, 4, 5 times a game, whether it's a decoy or he's getting the ball. And by the way, that was no disrespect for Dion, right? He brought a lot of things to the table, whether it was a punt return, he did kick return, he was a pocket knife. He was a Swiss Army knife for the Cowboys. But the experiment with him as number 1, it did impact his play on defense. And frankly, it wasn't as positive as everyone thought. But if they had kept him in that niche of, of that handful of games or whatever, handful of plays every game, he probably would have, had more success. So that's what I'm thinking.
Fair enough. Well, Pop, like I said, I know today is God's Day. Appreciate you. Thank you for jumping on for back-to-back days. I told you when you reached out to me via text and said, hey, another one? And I'm like, I'm DJ Khaled. Another one. Keep sending them. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to get a chance to do these shows together. So if you could do them 7 days a week, I'd do 7 days a week. I mean, it's terrific. So thank you so much. And in the very near future, we have some big shows coming up, which should be a lot of fun.
Big shows, more videos coming soon. And yeah, by the way, if June is on, you haven't taken the trash out to the curb yet. So if you could get on that, that'd be
Oh,
great.
GM garbage man, not general
Garbage man,
manager.
that's
Ooh,
right.
oof. Yeah, we haven't opened up the phone lines yet, but I'll make sure I let him know that you said that.
All right.
Appreciate it, Pop.
Have a great day, everyone.
There he is. Hop on Pop joining us here on a beautiful Sunday. We have 400 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. I just got to say, I love doing the show, baby. Boy Green Daily. It's awesome. We do it every single morning at 7:30 in the morning. If you're new to the show, this is a live show every day. I've been doing it for the last 2 years or something. I don't even know. You lose track when you do it every day, I guess. But do it every bleeping day. I love it. And yes, you're damn straight, Jack, J-A-C-K, the beautiful, luscious beard with some good color. See some of the silver in there. Nice. Some experience. Good girth here on the beard. There's no question about it. So thanks, Jack, for pointing that out. I appreciate you, pal. Thank you. So yeah, guys, make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. Like I said, we're live every day at 7:30. Plus, when there's Jets news to report, right? A Josh Reynolds signing or whoever or whatever is coming. We also have those videos as well on the video section. They're shorter form videos, 3 to 4, 5, 6 minute videos on that. We'll try to have that for the draft because obviously my takes will be live for the first round. But as the Jets draft any of those players in the second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, sixth round, seventh round, any round that they take, we'll be putting up short form videos so you guys can get a little bit more action about it during the other rounds of the draft as well. All right, we'll do this. We'll open up the phone lines, baby. If you'd like to call into the show, that is youtube.com/boygreen25, baby. We'll open up those phone lines. A quick hep timeout. We got more coming up right here on Boy Green Daily.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams. Watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S. Jets. Let's go.
Damn straight, Hep. Let's bleep and go, people. The phone lines are now open. That is youtube.com/boygreen25. If you'd like to call into today's show, get your participation trophy, baby. Get involved. Feel free to hop in on the phone lines and share your take, whether it's on the Cam Hayward situation, Justin Fields, June the GM, God knows what. All of it's available. And plus, obviously, we're only a couple weeks away from the 2025 NFL Draft, baby. I'll give another plug for our raffle going on this month. Again, only a few days left. Today's Sunday. It's today and tomorrow. Let me just make it blunt, I suppose. This awesome New York Jets patched out pullover hoodie, a Super Bowl prize package going to have a couple of unique items from past Super Bowls, some utilitarian use there, perhaps. A custom laser engraving package. There's a bunch of items that have Jets logos and Boy Green logos merged together on a variety of items like license plates, commemorative coins, pens, and so much more. It's pretty cool. So you get all of that. One lucky winner will get that. Again, we'll be announcing that winner officially on Tuesday, April 1st. Your raffle tickets are good through the entire day of Monday, March 31st through tomorrow at midnight. We'll also be introducing tomorrow on the show. Again, congratulations to DomC, who is a new opportunity, which I'm really excited about for him. Again, I'm still not sure if he's made that public yet, but some awesome stuff cooking over there. We'll have a brand new weekly draft guest. The individual that is joining us on the show tomorrow will take us all the way through the draft and then the draft grades that come out after and all that jazz. So I'm really excited for this big announcement that'll be coming up here on the show. By the way, throw this up on the screen as well. Here are the Jets draft choices. They have 8 picks in the 2025 NFL draft, and they are as follows. The number 7 overall pick in the first round, the number 42 overall pick in the second round, the number 73 overall pick in the third round, the number 109 overall pick in the fourth round. Remember, the Jets have 2 5ths and 2 6ths. That's thanks to the Mike Williams trade with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Mecole Hardman trade where we sent him back to the Kansas City Chiefs. That's 146, 157, 188, and 209. Baby. The Jets do not own their own 7th round pick. They only have picks within the first 6 rounds of the draft. And again, they have 8 total picks in this class. I think that's most of the heads up. And then one more for you. we will be live. I've mentioned it a few times, but we'll be live for the 2025 NFL Draft's first round. We'll be coming on live on the show at 8 o'clock. I'll be running through the entire first round, which will be well after midnight, so it's going to be a 4+ hour live stream. We're going to have special guests joining us on the show. We'll have phone lines open on the show. We'll let you guys kind of come in, come out, do all kinds of fun gizmos and gadgets. We'll have a live giveaway exclusively for that draft stream. So we do all these other giveaways. Obviously, we're doing the one right now at the Patch Up Pullover hoodie. We're doing a fun draft giveaway. We'll give you an update on that on Tuesday. That'll be pretty cool. Plus, we'll do another giveaway that is special to the draft day experience. And all memberships gifted on that draft day special will be eligible for that giveaway that night as well, which, again, I'm really, really excited about. So I can't wait for all that. Let's answer some of your questions and comments coming through the ringer here. Jets Worldwide, Snowball, wide. How long until the Super Bowl season edition on song comes back? Now, I will say this. I had no problem with Super Bowl season being in the HEP edition here. To me, every season I look at as a Super Bowl season, baby. So to me, hey, let's bring that back ASAP as soon as possible, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, baby, let's bring it back. I'm all about it. Here's it right now.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking just football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Wow. Offense, defense, special teams. Watch the Super Bowl season with Boy Green. J-E-T-S. Jets. Boy.
I love the Super Bowl season. For all the people that, we ended up with a different version. The other version's fine. I mean, shout out to Gator and Hep for putting that puppy together. But like, hey, baby, every year is Super Bowl season. When people and this is dead serious. I'm dead serious. On the radio show, in the street, there's this guy. Let me tell you the story. I don't think I've ever told the story on the show before. We have a local bagel shop here in Oswego. There is an old man that sits in this bagel shop. If I walk through the door, he's always in the second booth on the left. He's always there. What does this man do? I have no idea, but he's always at this bagel shop every single time I come in. And he must have trouble walking because he's got like this walker thing by him. And I walk in and he sees me because I'm wearing Jets gear every day. He's like, how do you think we're going to do this year? And I'm like, Super Bowl. I don't know why I'm talking in an old man voice. He was. I go, Super Bowl, baby. And then he goes, yeah, I want to see it. And every time, it's every time. And so this week we went twice. So I went yesterday and I went the day before. He's always there. And every time he's like, what do you think of our Jets this year? And he'll be like, oh, Justin Fields, what do you think? Aaron Rodgers, what about this guy? And every time I'm just like, MVP, Super Bowl. And I tell him it every bleeping time. So some people are like, I don't know, 3 or 4 wins this year. Not me, baby. Shove your 3 or 4 wins. So I'm going to keep telling that old man in that bagel shop every gosh darn time I see him that we're going to the bleeping Super Bowl. And we're going to be sitting together, me and that old guy. So, that's 100% true. That is the real truth. And that's just one random example, baby. Real quick, before we go back to the phone lines, MFC here with a YouTube super chat here on the show. Wow. Did DomC ever make his announcement? All right, let's look it up together, I guess. All right, DomC, because I'm not supposed to say anything until DomC says it, which, by the way, makes sense. That is his right to do. Let me see. Okay, doing a quick Twitter search. All right. Okay. Right. Okay. No, it doesn't look like it. So I guess I can continue not to say anything, which again makes sense. I want him to make his own announcement. So I don't know. I'll have to text him and ask him. So it looks like not yet. But again, from everything I've heard, MFC, this is what I can tell you. Terrific news. Terrific news. I'm not lying to you. It's not like it's really bad, and I'm just telling you it's good. From everything I heard, it's amazing news. So I can't wait till he announces it, because when he does, then I could just like go, and then I can just like shout it out from the rooftops. I'm really excited for him. It's amazing. And again, I also want to thank DomC, because he never had to do this. When DomC got this great opportunity that he'll talk about, I hope very soon, he said, hey, man, he apologized, said, I'll get you somebody. I'm like, you don't have to get me. If you do, awesome, but you don't have to get me in, but you don't owe me bupkis. Thanks for joining the show. The fans really appreciated it. He said, no. I want to get you a guy, and I want to get you the right guy. And I said, okay, all right, Dom. And so he went out of his way. So I will forever and a day have amazing things to say about DomC, because he never had to do that. No one has to do that on this show. So it means the world. So salute to DomC. Amazing. It looks like from his Twitter anyway. He has not made that announcement yet. But before our show tomorrow, I'll definitely text him and see if I could get you an update on that, MFC. But thank you so much for the super chat. Again, at this point on Twitter, it does not look like it. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. We got Hep here on the show. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Hey, friends. You know what? Get a video of that guy.
I will. Yeah, I'm sure he would love it. That's true. Yeah, someone just said, "Yo, Terrence, plot twist. The guy was green bean the entire time." I guess it could have been. He doesn't have as much beard, but that's what I will do. I'll like somehow like I don't know. I don't have a GoPro or anything. I'll have like a camera in my like pocket. I'll wear like a hoodie or whatever, a polo or something. Yeah, and just have it. Or maybe I'll just walk up to him and say, "Hey, look, you're
hey, you know what? Yeah, I got the shoot you thing. All my people want to know about you. What do you got to say? You know."
There you go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that'd be cool. So yeah, I'll have to do that next time.
Yeah, get him to do the JETS.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah, I got to do that. You guys come up with good ideas. I got to do that. That's awesome.
All right, guys, I just checked in real quick.
Appreciate it.
I'll see you on the rebound.
All right, thanks, Hep. Yeah, I will do that. First, I was going to do it like sneaky, just in my pocket and show you that the conversations are genuine, that we have the same thing every time. But you're right. Maybe I'm just like, I've never told them that I'm some YouTube guy or anything. That has not come up in our limited Jets conversation. So, yeah, I'll just bring it up and see what happens. Yeah, that'd be great. He's a really nice guy, though. Really nice guy. So, oh, does that sound like Green Bay? Hey, go Jets! I didn't know that was a green bean impression. That's hilarious. That was unintended. That came across as a green bean reference. I see you guys saying that. I didn't know that. I wasn't trying for that, but if the shoe fits, I guess that's funny. Is keeping tabs on you, Paul Greenbean. Oh, no. Hey, now. He could be in disguise. I guess that's certainly possible. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Ricky New York here on the show. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, what's happening, Paul?
Hey, good morning. Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I could completely agree with what your dad said about the Bears not having any quarterbacks or running backs for a while, because they had this one running back. I remember when they made it to the Super Bowl, he rushed for over 100 yards in that Super Bowl.
TJ. Yeah.
Yep. And then he became a Jet. Now, they did have, to your dad's point, they did have Rex Grossman as a quarterback, which cost them that Super Bowl. So,
no doubt.
But they did have one half the equation somewhat recently.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Brian Urlacher, Devin Hester. I mean, they had some Lance Briggs. Like, man, they had some good players on that defense. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when he said running back, I was like, hold on a minute now.
Hey, now.
There was this guy who also played for the Jets that I like. Thomas Jones was so weird, man. Like, I always wondered, like, you know, does he have bad breath? Is he like not a social? Because like he was good in Tampa, they didn't sign him. He was good in Chicago, they didn't sign him. Like every time his deal was up, he was shown the door, and maybe that has to do with positional value of running back. But like I always wonder when like a good, you know, like a talented, productive player like that bounces from multiple teams, but you don't really ever hear anything. Like he always seemed like he was a good guy when he was here. So,
and I heard great teammate stories. Just to say that again, I've said this before. He was my first big interview that I ever did, making it as a quote unquote professional. Was Thomas Jones. He gave me an hour interview. We were only supposed to do 10 minutes, and everything I hear from people around him, he was an awesome teammate. So yeah, I've got no idea. That's very bizarre.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyways, man, just. Oh, by the way, there's like one of those YouTube shorts that I came across yesterday.
Okay. Yeah.
That's Todd McShay, and where he's comparing Matthew Golden to Tyreek Hill.
Oh my goodness.
He says not quite that he's got that explosiveness. He's like not quite that top end speed. He's not quite. He's just a notch below Tyreek Hill. He was
That's
like,
pretty
but
good.
there's not many guys you can say are just a notch below that.
Exactly.
Which he put him above Jalen Waddle. But I'll tell you what, if you have any doubts that that guy is A, the top receiver in this draft, B, an option for us at number 7, watch that YouTube short, and McShay will convince you in 30 seconds that I'm right.
Hey, by the
about
way,
that.
another quick shout out here. John Perry, I see it. Another Bears Jets connection. Matt Forte, wonderful receiving running back.
Oh,
Also
yeah.
did some work as a runner too. That name escaped me too. So salute. I remember the Matt Forte Jets days. It's hard to think that actually happened, but it did. So yeah, Matt Forte, another wonderful running back for Bears.
Yep, that's true. I can't believe I didn't think of that one.
Yeah, that one I forgot about, but yeah, he makes sense.
I'm tired, man. I've been working entirely too much, but
That's
you know
a
what's
fair
funny?
excuse. Yeah.
Is like yesterday I was talking to somebody, and I was talking about the draft and the mocks that I've been doing, and I was mentioning, like, man, like in the later rounds of all my mocks, like I always seem to be taking like the same guys, the Billy Bowman's, Danny Stutzman's, JJ Piggies. And like, as I was saying it, like the person was like, that's so-and-so's boy, right? And I'm like, who? And they were like, Danny Stutzman. And then like all of a sudden, like the last name like kind of clicked. And I was like, oh shit, no kidding. Like I wouldn't say that I was friends with his mother, but like I had people that I was friends with that like their sisters and brothers were friends with her. But like I knew her, and I want to say it was like, oh God, what year was that? 81, 82, something like that. I went to see Tom Petty, and I just ended up riding with them in their car.
Oh,
I didn't even ride back with them. I rode to the show with them, and then I think I like met some other people and went off somewhere. They're like, hey man, we're going to the car, let's go. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm fine. And but it was weird. I was like, oh wow, that's a trip. Like I've been mocking this guy like constantly and talking him up, and I've even seen him play. Like I absolutely had no idea. That's crazy though. Small
Wow.
world.
Very. Wow.
Well,
That's cool.
At any rate, people keep saying like, oh, if we're going to be any good at all, we have to nail this draft, particularly the first couple of picks. And there's ways you can go about it. Now I'm still for Tyler Warren. And I'll tell you why. In all the different scenarios that I do, anytime that I don't take Tyler Warren, I feel like I'm forced to then double down at tight end, at different points in my mock. If I do take him in the beginning and then I don't get another tight end, I can live with it. But anytime I don't get him, I end up like having to double down. And I'm looking at other players and I'm like, damn, I wish I could take that guy. But so that would be my argument there, the blocking and catching ability, the versatility that he brings. He's a difference maker, and it's a position of need. But whether you want to go Warren first and then, a Tyleek second, or, Josh Connerly, or whichever way you want to mash it up. Like I said, I start getting to the 4th round, those 2 5th rounds, and I'm getting a Billy Bowman that could be potentially a starting safety, which is something that we'll need. JJ Piggies, like I said, that, awesome defensive tackle that also will line up at fullback and take carries, which is crazy. Imagine like the Justin Fields threat, and then you got that to deal with too. Just seems enticing to me. Danny Stutzman, people probably say, "Oh, linebacker." We just re-signed Sherwood. Beyond Sherwood and Quincy, let me tell you what, our backups aren't really blowing me out of the water. So we could get a playmaker like that to be behind those two guys, and that way, God forbid, one of them is hurt or comes out of the game for any reason. Like, I don't have to go, oh man, here comes a huge downgrade. We could actually have somebody good. But yeah, like, I mean, I keep thinking, whether it's those guys, whether it's, Savion Jones from LSU, whether it's, CJ West from Indiana, like, I feel like I could draft players that will not only contribute, a lot of them would be starters, like through those two fifth round picks. Like, I feel like there's enough good, solid players that as long as you pick the right guys, you can still get impact guys. And like, I know that this draft class isn't top end heavy with star power, but there's a lot of really, really good, solid football players. And yeah, I think that people aren't giving some of these prospects enough credit. Azariah Thomas, that there's just so many.
I'm hearing late first round buzz on your boy, Ricky. I don't know if you've been hearing that on Azariah.
Yes. Which, you know what? I believe it. I mean, he's like 6'3", tall, lanky corner. He's got like great top end speed and plays strictly man. He'll kind of manhandle people, throw him off at the line. He's physical. He's fast. He's totally an Aaron Glenn guy. If we hadn't signed Brandon Stevens to the kind of deal that we did, I could totally see him being in play for us.
That would have been
As
fun.
it turns out now, I think that, I mean, who knows? Detroit may not need him now that they've got DJ Reed, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the Ravens or the Bills or the Eagles or any of those, that's going to be one of those, the rich get rich. You know what? And I was thinking about that too. I was like, all this draft talk that we do, you know what's going to happen, don't you people? Nicky Monworry, Jihad Campbell, some of those real badasses, they're going to end up going to the friggin' Lions and the Eagles and the people who are picking in the end of the first round, and the rich are going to get richer.
Yeah, that's normally what happens, those bastards.
Yeah. I mean, think about some of the real, like I said, badasses that are probably going to be mid to late first round.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Happens to all of us. Well, I appreciate the call, Ricky. Thank you. And yeah, good thoughts. We will be doing a show this week on exactly what you're just talking about, Ricky. I'm looking forward to it. About if you take this position in first round, you take this position in second round, or inverse, the gaps of talent between the rounds. Again, we're going to talk about all that. That's going to be a fun show. Well, I want to give a major shout out to Mother Effing Chew, because right, he had this super chat earlier, right? And he asked, let me throw it back up here, getting great bang for your buck here, for your $2 here, MFC. Did DomC ever make his announcement? And I just texted DomC live while we were on the show, and he said he did not make it publicly, but he is allowing me to break that news right bleeping now. So thank you to MFC for asking, and thank you for DomC. I asked him, he's busy right now, so he can't call into the show, but he has allowed me to make this announcement for DomC. So MFC, the only reason I can even make this announcement is because you brought that super chat up now. So let me get a proper video, something that can honor this occasion. Let me see, what's a good maybe Aaron Glenn, perhaps?
Here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
And one of these. If you've been a fan of this show and you've tuned in on Mondays before, then you have heard the voice of DomC. DomC joined me the entire pre-draft cycle last year. He joined us for half of the pre-draft cycle this year. And I am pleased to announce, drum roll please, that DomC, I just texted him, I confirm this, is that DomC said that I can make this announcement. DomC has been hired as a writer content creator for the Right Way Sports Network covering the NFL Draft and the New York Jets. Major congratulations. DomC is now even more so getting paid again for his wonderful efforts and all this stuff. Guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to his YouTube channel, which is part of this contract with the Right Way Sports Network. Again, that is the Right Way. That is WRIGHTWAY Sports Network. Again, the Right Way Sports Network. Massive congratulations to DomC. He is a writer and content creator for the Right Way Sports Network. He will be covering the NFL Draft and the New York Jets, and he's getting paid to do what he loves. And awesome. And I said this to him privately. I will say this publicly to DomC. Congratulations. This is breaking news. He said he has not released this publicly now, but he allowed us to do it on this show, and that's super cool. DomC dedicated so much time to this show over the last couple of years, and it's for free. He's just coming on and sharing his takes and answering our questions and answering my interrogations and everything else. To take his time out of his day to always do that every Monday. Again, the entire pre-draft cycle last year and half of the cycle this year meant the world to me. It means the world when anyone becomes a part of this family and joins the show on a week-to-week basis, day-to-day basis, or what have you. DomC will always have a special, part in our Boy Green Daily show's history. So again, congratulations. If you're just joining us, we have over 500 people in the room. DomC, that's joined us every Monday during the pre-draft process. You know him, Project Prospect with DomC, his YouTube channel. He did, of course, did the Talking Jets Network as well. He has now received a brand new job where he's getting paid to do this. And yeah, it appears so, Alan. Alan asks, is this a full-time gig? I believe so, that he is getting this in. Terrence says, get a DomC emoji. We'd have to get enough memberships to do that, but I would love it. DomC should be on the list of a next emoji. We're going to need some significant memberships because YouTube restricts how many emojis you can have. So we need like 100 memberships or something crazy, something of that nature, like 100 memberships to get DomC an emoji. So if we want to start pounding away at that, feel free. It'd be cool to honor him in that way. So shout out to DomC. Super cool. Again, he's a writer and content creator now for the Right Way Sports Network, covering the NFL Draft and the New York Jets. With that being said, DomC obviously will be unavailable for the foreseeable future as he's doing his content. And I see that with Terrence Hill. He says, replace the BMAC emoji. Sure. If we get enough memberships here on the channel, we'll replace. BMAC has since been retired for now. So, yeah, if we get enough memberships, you guys send in enough memberships, we'll replace the BMAC emoji with the DomC emoji. But real quick, I will just say that it's awesome. It's super cool. He will not be joining us for the foreseeable future, really any other show coming up here on the program because he's working for the Right Way Sports Network. But eventually he'll be allowed to do other gigs like he did joining our show and things of that nature. So again, a big salute for that. Real quick, Alan says, BG, do you not pay your contributors? I assume Ginger pays his, or am I wrong? I can't speak about whatever Jake Asman does, but for instance, I join Jake Asman every week. I did not get paid for those hits. He did not offer, I did not ask to get paid for those hits. And no shame on Jake or anyone. This is the way I look at it, and I've been doing radio for like 10 years. For people that don't understand or don't know, when I book guests for the radio, we do not pay our guests. It's based on relationships I've built that they would want to come on our show for a handful of times. We have weekly contributors on my radio show that do not get paid. So no, it's out of the kindness of their heart. It's based on relationships or things of that nature. So no, I do not. And it is not common for that to happen. Unless you're like on the Pat McAfee show and you have that kind of, scratch. I'm sure those people get paid, I would assume, at that national level. But no, they do not get paid at this level. It is all of us just helping each other out, like me joining other content creator shows. They're joining our shows and things of that nature. So no, they do not. So it just goes to show you. So again, salute to DomC. Damn straight. Amazing. All right, let's do this. Let's go over to the phone lines. Easy in the kitchen. What's up, Easy?
Good morning. Happy Sunday.
Yeah, happy Sunday, my friend.
Yeah, Alan said he was like sick of me or something, and because of some of my takes. But that's okay. I mean, Alan is forgetting. What have I told you many times? I like to just take scenarios and throw them out there. Just like he was mad that I was talking about the Patriots possibly taking Shedeur Sanders.
Right.
I mean, that's not going to happen, Alan. It's just a what if, like in a strange world. What would it be like? And because let's face it, it's the off season. We don't really have much to talk about, even though we have stuff to talk about. But everything is pretty much guessing. We don't know what the Jets front office is going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we thought we knew Joe Douglas, and Joe Douglas did shit we did, like pull a rabbit. He always pulled a rabbit out of his hat. Joe Douglas's problem was he finger fucked the defensive line last year, and that's what cost him the job, being too cute.
I agree.
He because he's a good GM. He just got too cute.
That's fair.
And
he made some poor decisions that came back to bite him in the
yeah. Right. Well, his biggest problem was when he saw that the coaching staff wasn't working, he probably should have gotten into Rob Saleh's office and said, look, dude, you got to get rid of some of these guys. They're killing us.
Yeah, the backup quarterback in 2023, the shitty coaches they should have just pulled the plug on, but Robert Saleh is too much of a friend as opposed to a coach. That was an issue.
It can't be. This is a business. Hey, listen, I was when I was younger, I did landscape, and they put me in charge of a crew. And there was this one guy that absolutely needed to get fired. Well, it was a painting thing. It was a painting thing.
Yeah.
One guy absolutely had to be fired. And I said, his wife just had a baby. Let me try to make it work with him. And it didn't work with him. So I told the boss, yeah, I tried for the last 2 weeks. It's not working. You're right. He's got to be fired. He goes, well, now I'm firing you. I said, why? He goes, because I told you to fire the guy and you wanted to see if you could turn it around. Well, you failed at that task and now you're both gone.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was kind of cold-hearted. I punched the guy in the face and almost got arrested, but what are you going to do?
Yeah,
well,
I guess
come on. I just was trying to save a guy's job because his wife just had a baby,
Yeah, of course. That makes sense.
Anyway, I'm going to talk a little football now. I know that you guys were talking about Thomas Jones. Always, did his breath stink? Was he why didn't anybody ever give him a second contract? And it wasn't that Thomas Jones was bad. It's just the perception is in the NFL that there's always another guy out there in the draft that you can get real cheap. The running backs are one of those commodities that they start out very good when they're younger. It's kind of a flip. It's kind of not a position you can teach. You either have the quick cuts and the instincts or you don't. So, there's always that perception that these guys can be easily replaced, which is sad because, some guys can't. Some guys are really good. But my feeling is with Bree Hall now, there have been some people talking that maybe we should, trade him.
There has, yeah. He's entering the last year of his deal. Yep.
And I'm like, they really screwed up by not trading DJ Reed last year.
1,000%. I couldn't agree more.
Absolutely. It's like you always want to get rid of the guy a year early than a year late. And they wound up getting nothing from him. And they could have gotten at least 2 or 3 decent picks for this guy. I'm not saying a first rounder, but they could have gotten maybe a third, a fourth, and a fifth or something like that.
Yeah.
They could have probably got 2 or 3 picks,
They could have,
so that was a mistake, and I'm just thinking maybe you don't want to do the same thing again. Maybe you get rid of Bree Hall, and if you don't get rid of him right away, maybe the trade deadline. If he's not showing that first year Bree Hall where he was a beast, if he's just absolutely not showing that he's really upper echelon, get rid of him at the trade deadline. And I love Bree. It's not that, but this is you were talking business now.
Yeah, it'll depend because obviously if he balls out this year and he looks great, the Jets can always franchise tag. Now the franchise tag is going to be higher than it's ever been for running backs in the past because the numbers had been really lower. But now that Saquon just got $20 million per, and a couple of these other guys have increased the price, the tag will get a little bit higher. But no, I would franchise tag Brees if he was going to set to be a free agent next year if he looked good. There's a potential to trade him, but I'm not just trading him for biscuits. It has to be decent. Allen said a bunch of times he'd want a second back. If it's just like someone says, "Hey, we'll give you a fifth," I'm like, "Suck it. I'll just
No,
keep
no,
this
no.
and ride out."
But if we could get a second round pick for Brees, that would be awesome to do, because next season they got the really good quarterback class, supposedly. I mean,
Right.
that kind of thing. Other thing I wanted to mention, I was watching Joe Blewett from
Sure.
JetX.
Yeah, he's a
he
good
was
guy.
doing some tape on Tyler Warren.
Okay.
And he's not as exactly glowing about this kid.
No.
He says that
Okay.
everyone says that he's an elite blocker. Joe Blewett was breaking down some film, and it was showing him like not doing excellent. And then he's like, now the things that he's doing now in college might not even equate when he gets into the pros, and these guys are quicker, bigger, faster, stronger.
Oh, so he doesn't think he's going to be a good blocker.
No, he thinks he's a good blocker. He just doesn't think he's elite.
Okay.
So everyone's saying he's elite. And then he showed the film, and he said, well, at the end of the film, it gets better than the beginning of it. I'm showing you. I'm just showing you stuff that, like, yes, he was just trying to take the, I guess, the silver lining off the things to say, look, yeah, he's good, but everyone's trying to make this kid out to be like a blocking genius or something. He's like, he's just a very good player, so he was just trying to, like, not
He shoots
overly
straight. I like
he's
Joe
trying
Blewett.
to,
He doesn't fluff. He's like calls it how he sees it.
right.
I like
He's
that.
like, look, he's good, but don't sit there saying he's the second coming of Christ. That's kind of his point.
Okay.
And
I like
the third point I'm going to make, don't I sound a little more coherent? I wrote some notes so that I know what I'm talking about
phenomenal.
today.
Sure, whatever
It
you
helps,
want.
okay?
Yeah, you're the guy.
After we go through the draft,
there
will be that second round of free agency.
Yep.
And there are always, and you know this, there's always amazing pickups on the waiver wire.
Sure.
And we got seventh shot at everybody.
Correct.
Because it goes by your draft order. We're seventh pick in the draft, so we're the seventh shot at getting any waiver free agents after all is said and done. So it's not a complete, like what they did last year. That once the 53-man roster is set, you can still cut guys and bring in another guy.
Yeah, when you claim someone off waivers, you got to cut somebody.
But you got to put them on the 53. You can't just claim someone off waivers and put them on the practice squad.
By the way,
a
quick
put
question.
Him on the 53. Yeah.
Badshaw asked, Paul, ask EZ, is he coming to the game with us? Is there a chance, EZ, that you could be at that game?
Which game?
Well, we won't know, I guess, till May. But if
it has to be a Sunday 1 o'clock. It has to.
If
I live in North Carolina. I live in North Carolina.
So if it is a Sunday 1 o'clock game, there's a chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a chance. Yeah, I could. I mean, it's I could drive up, or I could just fly up into Newark.
Yeah.
Take the shuttle train over to the game, and then after the game, take the shuttle train back to the. I think there's like a terminal.
Yeah. Right.
You go from the shuttle. There's a shuttle stop at the stadium. Takes you to the terminal, and then you pay for your ticket there, and then you go to the airport.
Right. So okay, so it's possible. Okay. That's because Badshaw just says, I live in Arkansas. I don't want to hear that North Carolina bullshit. I'll see you there. So yeah, we'll see. Again, I have no idea what the game is going to be. The schedule doesn't come out for 2 months.
Well,
but,
like I said, it can't be a night game or
a
night
game.
It can't be, it has to be 1 o'clock because I have to be able to get back home for work.
Right. Yeah, the 4:05 might push it deeper. There's a chance that it could be that, but we'll see. Like I said, I'll try to gauge everybody.
I like the 1 o'clock. I like the 1 o'clock. It's the best tailgate because then you're eating lunch. You tailgate from like 12 to 3:30, and then everybody goes inside and sits down. And I like to, every time I go to the stadium, I like to get a new hat. Like I said, I got this one at the Patriot game that we should have been up 17-3 at half. So
yeah. I hope so. The only thing is, we'll see. I hope we get a good opponent at the 1 o'clock. I mean, any game would be great because it's the Jets, but I hope if we get a 1 o'clock game, which I'm fine with it being 1 o'clock, that we get like a good opponent, that there's something juicy. We'll see.
Yeah, it's fun just to be there.
That's true.
Even if we're playing good and we play a patsy this year, that'd be great because I want to see a win. I've never gone to a game we've won.
Wow.
Ever.
Okay. So we're going to have to flip that easy. So we're getting you to that game.
Maybe you don't want me up there.
Yeah, we're going to flip the narrative. We're going to flip the curse. We'll definitely do that easy. I'm looking forward to it. So stay tuned.
Next guy up.
There we go. Easy. There we go. Next guy up. I'll just say this again for folks that want, in case you missed it, and I see we have some gifted memberships. We'll get to that in a second. For people that haven't heard anything about this, because I've talked about it, randomly, sporadically over the last couple of months, this is what we plan on doing. Myself, my pop, Woody, a bunch of people in our community. We plan on picking a Jets game this year. Again, the schedule comes out in 2 months. It's mid to late May is when the schedule comes out. We're going to pick a game, whatever it is. Let's make it up. Jets, Patriots, 1 o'clock on September 20th. I don't know. And then we'll pick that game in advance. I'll get a bunch of seats so we can all sit together, or if you guys can choose not to if you don't want to. But I'll try to get a bunch of seats so we have the option to all sit together if we want to. We'll tailgate together. We'll set up all kinds of cool games, gizmos, gadgets, food, everything else of that nature. We'll put that in. And yeah, baby, it's going to be a good time. So we'll keep you guys posted. If you're a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club, we're talking about a lot of the specific details. Sorry, that gets me emotional. We'll be talking about a lot of the specific details of this potential meetup date. If you have interest, really would just help if you reach out in any way on any social media. I'll also try to make like a Google Doc sheet to sign up for it. To see how many tickets we're going to need for this, if you're interested in this. So definitely let me know. I'm at BoyGreen25, BOY Green the Color 25 on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. If you guys have interest at all, saying, hey, Paul, just keep me in mind. I'm sort of interested in maybe coming to this game, depending on the game date or whatever. Definitely let me know. So keep me posted on that and reach out. Because I'd love to bring as many of you as possible, like meeting EZ for the first time, Badshaw, and everybody else would be super cool. Speaking of Badshaw, a 5-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Yo. By the way, Badshaw is up to 13 raffle tickets so far this month. Appreciate you, pal. Here are the 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Chitty Took, Renaissance 13. Howie from Jets HQ. Lucky Luke. Chris NJ75 and TL. You guys are all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Thank you so much for joining us. And Badshaw got himself 5 more raffle tickets. Again, folks, we got 600 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. It's a free way to contribute to today's program. We will be live tomorrow morning for Boy Green Daily at 7:30 in the morning. Feel free to send in more raffle tickets today. Again, you guys can use the PayPal and Venmo. All of that is also at BoyGreen25 for simplicity. BOY Green, the color 25. Just if you send any money over via PayPal or Venmo for the raffle, they're $2.99 a ticket. There's no limit on how many you can get, but just let me know in the description that, hey, this is for the Boy Green raffle. Because if I just get random money, I'm going to be like, who is it? What is this all about? So make sure in the description you say, hey, this is for the raffle. Please put all these tickets towards it, and we'll add that up appropriately. So thank you so much. So shout out to Bubba Badshaw there. I can't wait. That's going to be awesome to do our own tailgate special and everything. So a lot of excitement. A lot of excitement about that. That's going to be pretty cool. So I hope we get to meet as many of you guys as possible. That would be amazing. That'd be friggin' cool. So we'll do it. Jimmy Jets asks, is there a BG package discount? Yes, that is what I'm working on behind the scenes. It would be discount on tickets. It'd be discount on everything that's included. We'll do a tailgate with, again, we're planning on doing it with Chef Kevin Gilbert. And I will let you know a reasonable price for you guys to eat up and grub up at the tailgate with us all together. So yeah, we're working on all those details. Potential of a hotel for people that are going to stay the night over. Me and my pop are working on that as well. So yeah, we're looking at all of those different factoids. So yes, on the discount for ticket prices, hotel prices, and everything else in between. We're 1,000% working on that. So we'll keep you guys posted on all of that. This would be so cool. So cool. All right, looks like we got one more phone call here to get to. We got 600 people in the room. Jimmy Jet says he's interested. We will keep you guys posted on that for sure. So 100% keep that in mind. We will keep you guys posted. All right, it looks like we have one last call. James joining us here?
Yeah, Boy Green, what's going on? I don't know what's going on with my effing camera on this thing. I can't get it to work. You know
that's
who this
okay.
is.
Yeah, of course I know who this is. I see James. I know, gosh darn, who the hell James is. You're the only James on the planet that I hold in high regard. There's no question about it. So, yeah, what's up, man?
Nothing. So yeah, let's not upset this apple cart before we even start to push the thing. Let's leave Brees Hall alone. This running game is gonna do its thing this year. All right, it's gonna be a double dose. Brees Hall, Braylon Allen, and Justin Fields, and my guy Tyler Warren when he gets over here. He's gonna be in the backfield as well. I love Isaiah Davis. Let's not even talk about getting rid of anybody right now. Maybe if it's not working out before the trade deadline, maybe we do something, but I'm not even going to throw that into the atmosphere right now. So let's just all take it easy. Let's enjoy this little ride that we got before it starts. All right. And go from there. But I'm so juiced up for this thing, man. I started off lukewarm on the whole thing.
Sure.
And just the more I think about it and the more stuff I look into, I just think that this guy Aaron Glenn is just gonna whip everything into shape. I really believe that. I think this is something different than it always is. It's always the splash. It's always the big hire. It's always the big this and that. This is everything just feels to me under the radar, nice and very methodical. Not going over our skis. I just think that there's something that's really going to come from this, and I think it's going to be good. It might not be the first year crazy huge leap. I think we're going to have a nice year, but just down the road, I think this is something that's really going to work out for us. Finally, we don't know, but that's really what I'm feeling right now, man.
I love it. James, thanks for the call. I will say, for me, I'm hyped up about it. I can't wait. I was watching the Jets just dropped this free agency recap show. You guys can watch it on the NewYorkJets.com. And Quincy Enunwa, shout out to Jets legend Quincy Enunwa. He was cutting up tape on Justin Fields' plays and saying, Jet fans, here's what to look for. Look at this. Look at this running play. Look at this mesh point. Look at this passing play. And you're like, okay, all right. I'm fired up too, man. And, it seems like AG just, to be blunt, has his shit together, He seems like he's a coach that's buttoned up, and I'm excited about that. Terrence Hill says he already saw that clip. Yeah, it's on NewYorkJets.com. I'm sure it's going to be on their YouTube channel soon if it's not already. It's over like a 20-minute show. It's well worth it. They have great tape study and all kinds of other fun stuff there on the show. I'm pretty fired up. I can't wait for the season. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a good time. I just feel in my bones. We'll see what that means for wins, this or that. And I agree with James as well. I'm not in any rush to trade Brees. I am not. I am absolutely not. Let's go back to the phone lines. We got Bubble Badshaw in the dark. What's up, Badshaw?
Hey, Paul. I'm sitting here at the retreat with Aaron Rodgers. He's right here.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's great to see you, Aaron. Good to see you. It's been a while. Oh, great.
I was actually able to call in this morning because my wife left me alone this weekend, so.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it's just left you alone for this weekend. Some people's wives leave and never come back, so it could be worse. Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody is interested in plus 50-year-old white women, there was a bunch of them at the Rascal Flatts concert last night. So
that's good. Those are always in demand, obviously.
Exactly.
So that's good to know. Yeah.
My wife had to take her mom, and she was sending me videos, and dear God, it was like, I was like, is that my mom? Is that my mom? Is that my mom? Is that my mom? But
I love
anyway, I was just going to check. So when you talk about, I know you're still getting the plans together and everything.
Yes.
With the package, I know you said something about maybe hotel. So right now you're thinking game tickets, hotel, food, correct? Am I on the same page with you?
Yeah, that's right. So, and again, Batch, I don't know if you've said this publicly to me or privately, so I don't want to put your business out there, but some people I know, for instance, and this happened at our tailgate last year with me and Nick Shine, some people didn't get their ticket package with us because they had already gotten their ticket or some other way, so there's no problem there. If people do that in any other way, totally cool. I will try to, for us, get us really decent seats. Again, that's something else we'll talk about in the Discord of how much we want to spend on those kind of seats, because obviously you could spend a gajillion dollars. You could also spend, whatever dollars. So I think the proper answer is always something in between. But yeah, we're thinking of a group rate discounted ticket price for us sitting. There'll be some sort of cost. I don't think it's going to be much, but I'm going to keep speaking about that with Chef Kevin Gilbert on a price for food to cover everything he's going to be doing for the tailgate. Hotel to see for anyone driving. Like for me, for instance, it's like 5-ish hours or something for a drive. And if I have the family with me, and then after the game, I don't want to be rushing out. I want to hang out with all you guys. So we'll see. So yeah, hotel is going to be a part of that too. So yeah, I'm trying to think if I have everything covered. So ticket, that whatever that tailgate food is, and then obviously depending on how and when everyone comes in, we could do all kinds of additional stuff around that, which would be cool. But yeah, that's the main things off the top of my head.
I got you. Well, see, for some reason, I always picture in my head like the Jet Stadium, and just in the distant background, there's some apartments.
Yeah,
and you live there. Like that's just, I don't know why, but that's just how I picture.
I wish that'd be awesome. Yeah,
I'm like Paul's just sitting there. That's how he gets his good news. He like wakes up and just walks next door and whatnot. But I'm super excited, man. I'm ready. I've said it time and time again. And also I want to say the next time Jared B calls in,
okay,
I will give 5 more memberships.
Wow. Okay. There you go. Jared B has not called in a hot second. So we'll put that on the ledger again. Next time Jared B calls in, auto 5 memberships. I like that.
What the hell? Let's do 15. If he calls in,
wow.
Doesn't have to be today, but and sometimes I'm kind of delayed on getting to see the videos, so it might take me a day to respond, but
okay.
30 I will do. Golly, I'm jumping it up even more now.
It just keeps going higher and higher. Like, wow, okay.
I will give 15 memberships if Jared B calls in.
Okay. Yeah, final answer, 15. Wow. That's wonderful. Badshaw, thank you so much. So yeah, Terrence Hill says, Jared B, you are on the clock. All right, thank you, Badshaw. Appreciate you. Okay, there he is. Badshaw out. Back into the darkness. He sort of retreated into the darkness. It's sort of like, let me see if I can do this. Okay. Yeah. Get down all my lights, Yeah. All of them. Yeah. Badshaw just sort of disappeared with Aaron Rodgers into the darkness. Okay. We appreciate it. I'll finish the rest of the show like this, just for you, Badshaw. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to the phone lines. I think it's our guy, Swamp Ranger, joining us here on the show.
Hey, what's up?
You, Swamp? What's up, Swamp?
Yeah. How you doing?
Hey, all right. Welcome to the show, man.
How's it going? I keep hearing in all the chats that comparing guys to this draft from like last year's draft, right? Oh, this guy would be the 7th tackle off the board. He'd be tight end for whatever, right?
Yeah.
But every draft is different. So we got to accept that this is, the crap to pick from, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been on the Membu train ever since looking at what Philly did in the Super Bowl, where they just completely manhandled the Chiefs in the trenches, right? Mm-hmm. And I started looking at right tackle, and Membu caught my eye specifically because he played in the SEC, so we went up against all these high speed pass rushers, like Alabama and whatnot. And the dude's let up 3 sacks over the course of starting 3 years, right? At right tackle specifically. So I don't understand, everyone's like, oh, we need to find a guy in the 3rd, the 4th, like all these other, like, why not take the guy at 7? You're not going to have to really develop him. He's going to come in and just manhandle whoever's on the other side of the ball.
And the people like this is what, right? Because like it's the mythical thing. Oh, just take a guy in the 3rd or 4th round, and then you're like, oh, cool, that sounds good in theory. And let me put some names to it. So you're saying you want Max Mitchell in the 4th round? You want Carter Warren in the 4th round? Again, I'm not saying all these guys are guaranteed to be but you get my point. Like Carter Warren, Max. You want to know what we said that? I'm saying, oh, just take a guy in the 3rd or 4th round. Woohoo! And look what the hell happened. So come on. Sometimes you have to invest premium resources into premium problems, and that's how it's delivered. Come on, man.
Exactly. And you look at it like Justin Fields, I hope he succeeds. I don't think he will, because he hasn't shown me. He's had highlights, but so did Zach Wilson, right? Now I would argue that Justin Fields has more. He's physically more gifted, in my opinion, but he's a one-read quarterback as of now. And teams are going to double cover Garrett like they did in the past and stack the box, right? So why not fortify the offensive line and finish it, right? And let Justin give Justin Fields, enough time to go through his one read and then take off running. You know what I mean? And then we're looking at this draft, right? The strength of the draft is through the what is everyone saying, that the defensive line and tight ends, right? We're looking at like it's more deep tight end wise. So look to take your tight end in the second or third round. I don't know. Everyone gets high on like the big playability and the splashy guy, but like I feel like football's won through the trenches. I mean, like you outman the other man on the other side of the field and you win the game. And it was proven in the Super Bowl when you get all cutesy with the play calling and the this to that with the way the Chiefs operate, and Philly just went in there and just out testosterone the opponent and won through the trenches, man. So that's all I got to say. Love the show. I don't get the opportunity to call in much, but I figured I'd call in.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Swamp, and thanks for calling into the show, man. Fire call. Exactly what Terrence Hill says here. I think sometimes you just got to eat your veggies. Is it sexy to take an offensive lineman in the first round? No, it's not. But you know what? Whoever the bleep is playing quarterback, whether it's Justin Fields, Jordan, Travis, God knows what, you want to know how they're going to be better? Here's a secret. Offensive line. If the offensive line is good, who cares if it's Justin Fields, yo mama, my mama, whoever's mama? If you're playing quarterback behind a better offensive line, you're going to be better. You're going to run the ball better. You're going to throw the ball better. You're going to have more time, more opportunity. So everyone jumping on the Swamps, and great call. Reese saying, tell him, Swamp Ranger. It's great to see Swamp here on the show. And I know some people, again, weekends or days, work, busy, everything. I appreciate whenever people get a chance to call into the show. I agree. And here's the other thing I like about Armand Membu. He played right tackle in college. He came in originally out of high school as a guard recruit, and then he became a right tackle at the college level. He was so good, they went, actually, buddy, you're going to be playing tackle at this level, sir. And he did. So, like, there's no projection. There's no, he plays left tackle, let's throw him at right tackle. No Will Campbell action happening there. You know exactly what he is. What do the Jets need? Right tackle. What does Armand Membu do? Right tackle. And then look at the stats. 3 sacks allowed in 3 years? A sack a year? Sign me up for that, please. Check, please. Thank you. Swamp, great call. And appreciate in honor of Badshaw. And there you go. Wrong verb. Membu's only 20. That helps. Sure. Add that to the list. Damn straight. So in honor of Badshaw doing the show in the dark. We did one of these back in the Aaron Rodgers days, but it's good to kind of recenter yourself and get back into it. Thank you to the 700 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. The free ways to contribute to the program. Again, whether you do it through the rest of today, even when we're not live, or you do it tomorrow, we'll be live tomorrow morning with our brand new draft expert. We'll reveal who that is tomorrow from draftprofessors.com. Looking forward to it. I've heard wonderful reviews. And so today and tomorrow, your last days to send in raffles for that as well. Okay? There you go. Right there on the channel. So feel free to continue to send those raffle tickets in. They're $2.99 a pop. You can either join the Boy Green Coffee Club in the YouTube description down below. Join the Boy Green Coffee Club here. That's the best value. You get a membership to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Awesome. You get a raffle ticket. Awesome. And all the perks of being a Boy Green Coffee Club member. That's how you guys can support the show. And you can also do it, like I said, the free version, which is liking the video and hitting subscribe. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow morning for another Mock Draft Monday, baby. Should be a doozy. Take care, everybody. We'll see you.